Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Glitter Gel Pen.
Episode 14.
Yep, I'm Alyssa.
I'm Jill.
That was out of order, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We don't normally do it like that.
Yeah.
We're really podcasters now.
Mm-hmm. How's it going this week?
It's like, I've been good. It's been a lot of ebbs and flows. I think the hormones are high.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's you, me, and my other friends. Like, I feel like everyone is in this state of
Girlhood,
like,
you know?
yeah, it's awful. Like, it's, people don't talk about this enough. Like, there are weeks where your whole world is just, like, falling apart.
Yeah.
And I know other people are struggling. I don't know why, but
Yeah, no, it's definitely right now giving that meme that has the picture of like the cartoon dog or whatever, and then the background is on fire, and it's like, it's fine.
yeah, that's how it feels. But I ate some cookies and I'm feeling a little better today. I don't know if I need to be held by someone,
Yeah.
or if I need to be alone. Like, I'm just so, like, I don't know. I'm just like, I am fine. I really am.
Yeah.
It's just
fine.
It's just like the most discomfort. I don't know if I can only explain it by, I feel like I'm just dangling and I can't reach any help, like,
Yeah.
anywhere, like, and I don't know, but it's been good. I've tried to work a lot and I tried to have a productive day today and I didn't at all, so that doesn't help me. It makes me feel worse, but
There's always tomorrow. You got this.
yeah.
You know?
I listened to Stronger by Britney Spears before you got here and I feel a little better.
Okay. I was listening to Tate McRae trying to make myself feel better. You
Yeah.
know? Trying to feel. She makes you feel hot sometimes.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Sports
But-
car.
Oh, I love that
it.
song.
Yeah.
I like watching all the choreography for it. It is Grammy weekend coming up, and I'm really, really
Yeah.
excited.
That's gonna be so fun.
I know. So this episode will already be out, but I guess we're gonna try to do our first live stream, so y'all will know how that went by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to do that. I've been trying to like think about how we need to do it because there's the red carpet, and then there's the show, and if we do the live stream, like that would be a long time to be live streaming if we do all of it. So I'm just like, I don't know how it's gonna run yet, or
We'll figure it out though.
yeah, but I did set up. I used to want to like be a Twitch streamer, so I had this software where I would like have it all set up.
What do you play to be a Twitch streamer?
Well, my plan was to do like a screen recording of me working and me just like talk to people throughout the day while I worked.
Oh,
And like I could
okay.
have, because I had different businesses, I would have like different types of streams. Like, this is a retail stream, this is a video editing stream, this is whatever, and just like it'd be like the just chatting category on there.
Yeah.
But Twitch is like, it takes so much work to build those accounts up and like to get a following, and I just like didn't have the mental capacity to try to start a new thing.
Yeah. So we started a podcast.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't even feel like work at all.
Yeah,
because we're already listening to the podcast, and the only thing that makes it different is that I now take notes while I'm working on something else.
And then we just yap about it. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
And I felt like at first our topics this week were dry, but then as I like put the sheet together, I was like, okay, we've got some things we're cooking.
We've got some things falling into place, you know.
So anything new with you that you want to share?
No.
This is our third episode in like a week that we've recorded, because we did the deep dive. The David Dobrik deep dive is coming
out next week.
Yeah,
when you guys
February
see this.
10th. So the week that y'all watch that, we'll have the week off. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, just been working, getting ready for my daughter's second birthday.
Woo.
So that's fun. She gets older. She's a big girl now.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. So yeah. All right. I guess for our first topic for today, we're gonna start with Justin Baldoni's 6-minute voice memo to Blake Lively.
Okay. I really hate voice memos, and I hate this saga even more, I think, because I'm so over it. Something new comes out every single week, and I'm so done.
Yeah, it's a wild ride, and I don't think it's anywhere near like being done.
I don't either.
Know? So I want to preface before we get into the voicemail that they had some subpoena texts that are in this lawsuit, and it sounds from the voice memo like he's kind of referencing these messages. So I want to put them up on the screen, and I'm going to read them so that we kind of have context before we go into this voice memo.
Okay.
So Blake said, if you send me the FDX, I'll work when I can steal moments. And yes, of course, please send to Christy. We're all on the same team with the same goal. Justin says, great. Also was working on the rooftop scene today. I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together. Blake says, that's very appreciated and means a lot. I'm deeply inspired by the film we're going to make outside of the success of this book. We have such an opportunity not only surprise people who love the book, but reach an even bigger audience by making an undeniably dynamic and also commercial film. The moment that excited me most the other day was when you said you're not funny. You are going to kill that rooftop scene. You know it, I'm sure. Even though it was said in playful self-deprecation that we all participate in, it made me think of the process as a whole. Please know I trust that on the day you've got me, and I hope that you trust that I've got you if you want it. We're in this together, and we are two of the most determined people I know. We also have very high bars set for ourselves. To collaborate with that type of partner is a gift that neither of us will squander, because we both care too much about the result and also the experience. I have no motives except for you to win. As a director, as an actor, as a studio, as a writer, if you win, I win. If you win, our movie wins. We are aligned, and I will bring everything I have to this. So there's that. And then another text that he will also be referencing is Blake texted him and said, if you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi.
Okay.
There's more, but this is giving like, this is millennial core to me.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know a lot about Game of Thrones personally, but just the way even she texts him, they're annoying.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
They write paragraphs,
Yeah,
like millennial core.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can read this without laughing because it's that bad to me.
Okay.
But she said, if you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi. And like her, I happen to have a few dragons, for better or worse, but usually for better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I can promise you.
Oh.
And
is she talking about Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift?
Yes, that's who she's referencing.
No, like, I'm sorry, but that is just, something about that isn't.
Listen, I might have said that I'm Team Blake Lively, but I never said that I didn't think she was annoying, right?
No,
so there's that. So we can talk about that.
We were just saying, even like in the last time that we talked about this, like if she's saying that there was an SA occurrence, we want to believe her. Mm-hmm. So like that's really, I feel like, was the summary of our whole thing.
Yeah, but I for sure agree with everyone that she is, as it seems, very difficult to work with, and I think she's kind of full of herself and annoying.
Even her just mentioning her monsters, I feel like I could just see her using the power dynamic of like Ryan Reynolds being her husband and Taylor Swift being her best friend to like pull strings, and that is like gross to me because it's like,
and you know, she thought she was like really doing something because Taylor gave the rights for the song.
Yeah, I wonder the conversations behind closed doors about those text messages. Like if, say, like I was a pop star and you were Blake Lively, and I found out that you were like texting your co-star like trying to get what you want or whatever she was trying to do, and talking about me as like the monsters in your closet that you have to bring out whenever you want, I would be kind of like, I'm not your like puppet that you, I don't know, I just feel like that's weird.
But the thing is, for me, I don't think that Blake means it necessarily like that. I think she's just, like I said, millennial core, and how they're like, I have monsters, like you build up yourself in your head kind of, you know, and then she's just like, me, it's kind of like me and my girls, me and my besties stick together. Like,
I also, have you watched It Ends With Us?
I have not.
Okay, like, I like Blake Lively in movies because she's beautiful to look at. Like, I like watching her in roles. There was a role that she played with that Anna Kendrick in that movie where, A Simple Favor, where, like, that is the perfect role for Blake Lively because she was, like, the role was being a beautiful bitch. Like, and she did it so well, and, like, that's the only time that I've ever, like, seen her in a movie that I was like, wow, she, like, really killed that. Because, like, I watch Gossip Girl, like, I'm a huge fan, but, like, she's not that great of an actress.
No, I literally, funny you say that, I just started watching Gossip Girl last night.
It's so good. But she was a teenager acting, like, the show itself is corny, so it's okay that she's not the best actress, but, like, it's just, if you better be talented if you're talking about yourself like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think she has pull because she's so, like,
she's been here a while at this point.
Yeah. But, okay.
But yeah, she's cringy. So now, moving on to Justin's voice memo.
So that gives this more context for me to listen to it again too, because I'd listened to the voice memo, but I just didn't know what he was responding to. So here we go.
It is morning. Hopefully this.
Can we pause already? Okay.
Hey, Blake.
Yeah, it's giving, for me, it sounds like the Calm app. Have you ever?
It's like Matthew McConaughey, like, reading the stories.
It sounds like that. And I can't take it seriously because it sounds that way. Anyways, that's all I had to say.
Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just gonna send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not gonna be more than a few minutes. But that's
Spoiler alert,
I don't have
it's
the best
6.
track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record.
Okay, the vocal fry has got to stop.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake.
Hey, Blake.
Like he's doing that on purpose. And also, like, to send a voice memo and have the nerve in the middle of it to sigh deeply as a part of the conversation is so annoying to me. Yeah, that is so annoying. But carrying on.
For our voice memos, I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel.
Also, for that part, I think he is talking about, we didn't read all of the texts. I just read some. But I think they're talking about her cut of, like, the rooftop scene, I believe, if not the whole movie. But
do you know what the rooftop scene is? No. It's like they meet at the rooftop and, like, they go to it's like a sexual tension moment because they don't kiss, but they are really close to kissing, and then somebody calls and interrupts him. But it's like a very, like, tense moment. So just know that this scene is, like, sexually driven in some way. They don't actually do anything.
Okay.
But it's like a chemistry thing.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust.
It's giving holding space for Blake.
Yes, it's giving performative.
Yeah,
to me.
I from the first time I listened to it, I was like, I just don't. The amount of times that he's, like, trying to be empathetic makes me not believe him.
Yeah, for him to be an actor, I don't feel like this is very good.
No.
And vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I fucked up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing.
All the little
It's performative.
yeah, it's giving like he wrote this out and is like reading a script, and it's like it says like chuckle or like
Yeah.
or like sigh, like
It's just not good.
I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna piss you off probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And fuck, we should all have friends like that. Aside,
he's trying to hype her up
the
about
two
being
most creative
Khaleesi.
people
I don't even have anything to add to that. I just can't.
on the planet. The three of you guys together, it's unbelievable. Talk about energy, just a force, all three of you.
What combined force is Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake Lively besides friends and a married couple?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
He's trying to like boost her ego and hype her up.
That's what I'm thinking. Like he's just trying to please her like really hard by saying all this. But I'm like, and I don't think like if it's true that there was like a big power issue like on set where like Blake was trying to get things the way that she wanted and she was like using like Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds to do that. My thing is like, what strings is Taylor Swift pulling on a movie that she has nothing to do with besides giving a song, and like they probably paid her for it?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand that is happening here.
But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that because it's really good and it's going to make the movie sing like you said. And I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible.
It does.
You know, I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are talking like this, me into my phone at 2 a.m, but largely via text and voice note. And I will be honest with you, that is not my biggest strength. I love being with people and being in somebody's space and being face to face, and I
He
feel like
likes
that's
being
where
in
I
people's
excel.
space. He
Yeah.
likes being, he's saying, like, I just feel like from a lawyer standpoint, like, I'm not a lawyer, but from a lawyer standpoint, this probably isn't good because they could say, like, see, she claimed that he, like, was always, like, too in her space, like, when she's, like, breastfeeding, when she's doing whatever, and he's like, I just like being in people's space.
It's also like, if he is trying to sue her for something, or like he has a whole lawsuit, if he actually thought the lawsuit was going to do anything that mattered, he wouldn't be releasing his evidence before the case even starts to the public, because that would make some of the evidence be thrown out from the case.
Yeah. I also do, this is random, and I'm sure they have a way to, like, prove this. Like, I'm sure they do something on the phone or whatever. But, like, how do they prove that this was a voice memo to her? Because, like, couldn't he have just, like, once all this started, like, recorded something and acted like
I'm
he
sure.
sent it at
And
some
see,
point?
if this was court, we would have evidence that that is where this came from. But this is just Justin Baldoni releasing stuff to the public at his own willy-nilly, like, time.
Yeah, so there's, like, no actual, this isn't proof.
No, not
like,
at all.
At all.
This isn't
anybody. We could say this was my voice memo to Justin Bieber last year when he was texting me. I'm not showing you the text, but
Yeah, and it's like this doesn't, it's the same as that video they came out with. This doesn't help his case or her case. It's pointless, and it's just to keep people, like, talking about it.
yeah.
Definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening. And all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together. And I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there, has been there from the start. So I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met, and
Is that not kind of weird to say? Like I guess you have to have some kind of chemistry to be love interest on a movie, but
yeah,
like,
but as
but
two
if you're-
married people, the moment you walk into a room and you felt the chemistry, like, that's not.
that kind of is like weird to me. To
Yeah,
say
it
that.
is weird because they're supposed to be professionals that, like, you don't have the chemistry off camera if you're strictly professional and not doing more than that.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so fucking hardworking and having a vision and not settling. And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. There's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just pissed me off. Those fuckheads that,
That cracks me up. He's like, those fuckheads.
Yeah, I just don't believe him. I just
No.
don't believe that he feels that way.
I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with, like, Lively and have her all.
Okay, so him saying, I hope that hasn't been your experience with me. I'm just like, are you unsure if you've made her uncomfortable at any point? Like, have you done things that have made you think that you are, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he's kind of trying to like cover his ass by saying that.
Yeah, like,
by
if-
trying to preface like, you felt that with me. I mean, buy
Yeah,
it. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, I hope that hasn't been your experience with me. It's like, well, if everything's been done the right way, you should know that has not been her experience with you.
Yeah.
All of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already, like, I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages. And I just haven't had a chance to send it to you. But there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you. And I'm sorry that has happened to you before. And I hope after this experience there will be a new, I don't know, I hope it'll be healing in some way. Because that's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial just like you and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan and the work that we're doing with the domestic violence partner that we found no more and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special. And you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And,
Not the secret sauce.
That's just, I don't ever want a man to call me his secret sauce.
No.
Ew.
anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because, Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So, fuck me. I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob and you're listening to me
That's
ramble.
weird. That's weird. Why'd you have to mention that?
Oh, fuck me.
And he's like,
I'm like,
you
no.
probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob.
Yeah.
Right now, why'd you have to say that? That's really, like, kind of, that's making me believe, like, even more that, you know, like, he would just come in, pop in when she's, like, breastfeeding or pumping or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, even more to be, like, his first thought is, like, you probably have kids all around you and a baby on your boob. Like,
yeah, and imagine, like, a guy that you're with. Imagine imagine your wife is getting a 2 a.m. voice memo from this guy, and then he says something like that.
Yeah, and like just that sentence makes me feel uncomfortable. So I believe that he said multiple things that made Blake just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I agree.
In the morning. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love. Thank you for sending me that. It means the world to me that you trust me with your feelings and your thoughts like that. And I can't wait to spend more time with you. Okay, I'm done. Cutting myself off. Good night.
Yeah. Overall, performative. Don't believe it.
No, and
Cringy.
it doesn't prove anything about anything.
No.
It just proves that Blake and Justin are two people that I don't want to text.
I don't want to be friends with either of them.
No. No, and
I don't want to be friends with Khaleesi and her dragons. I don't want
No.
to be friends with him.
I also think there's something about, like, my job is a creative job. I love my job. I have a lot of friends that do what I do, and they love their job. And, like, we would never, like, I feel like we're in not the same line of work at all, but, like, you would never find me sending a weird voice memo to someone that I was working with, even on a creative project that you were so passionate about. This is why, like, when I was in California, I hated people that were into Hollywood stuff because this is how they talk to each other.
Oh, God.
It's gross.
Yeah.
There's something just, like, ick about it. And I hate
like
it.
it's not genuine. Like,
No.
it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like when, you know, you have, like, an acquaintance and you see him out in public and they're like, oh, my God, hey, girl, like, I love you so much. Like,
Yeah.
that feels like to me.
The empathy seemed fake. The apologies seemed fake. The lack of certainty about the fact that he wasn't sure if he's made her feel the same way that other people have made her feel. Like, this is so stupid.
It is.
And the
And
stuff
if
coming out.
If anything, like I don't really think it proves anything, like you said. But if anything, it doesn't make him look any better. So it's like, why did he even release this?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like this whole thing, the lawsuit, everything, that lawsuit will never see the light of day. It'll get thrown out. And it's because he's releasing all this evidence, but he just did the lawsuit, the $400 million lawsuit, to get better publicity. And at this point, this whole thing is just PR measuring, like, see who can do, like, a better job.
Yeah, they're like, which PR team has a bigger dick? Like, pretty much.
Literally. But that's all that I had on that.
Okay.
So I posted a video before you got here having, like, a female mental breakdown.
Yeah.
In the grocery store parking lot. I was, like, eating pork rinds and cookies. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm gonna show you what I got at the grocery store. Pork rinds. Because I just need a little crunch in my life. My favorite part of what I bought is I got these cookies. Because I like these cookies a lot. And when I feel sad, I don't even feel sad. I just feel like a woman. I think I'm gonna be okay. This is where we're at today. Life isn't always sunshines and rainbows. Sometimes it's pork rinds and cookies. My grandmother calls me, and this is her voicemail.
Oh, gosh.
I only started laughing because, Apple, like, transcribes the voice to text, and I read the first sentence of it, and I was like, oh my God. So this is my grandma's reaction to my Instagram video. And I really wasn't having a breakdown. I was just like, I'm going to be okay. I was just, like, trying to make it a joke that I was, like, hormonal or whatever without saying I was hormonal. So this is what my grandmother said, since we're in the vein of voice memos.
Hey, my honey, this is your grandmother. I saw your thing on Facebook, and I just wondered if you was doing okay. You're standing there, sitting there, eating pork rinds and cookies. So if I need to be worried, you better call me. I love you. Bye.
It's so funny, but it's like so sweet at the same time.
I know. I'll call her whenever we get done. But I was just sitting in my car eating pork rinds going, I think I'm going to be okay. Oh, that was just so...
Hey, honey, just call and make sure you're okay. Saw you eating pork rinds and cookies.
It was too authentic. I couldn't not share. We love you, Mama Carolyn. Okay, so the NFL.
Moving on, because
yeah.
speaking of, there was Khaleesi with her dragons, which Taylor Swift was one. And we see her a lot at the NFL. So
yes. So speaking of Taylor Swift at the NFL, a lot of people, because this past weekend were the championships to go to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs played the Buffalo Bills, and the Eagles played someone, and the Eagles won. So it doesn't matter who they played. But we are not football fans.
No.
We are Taylor Swift fans.
Yes.
And you can see that I'm wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hoodie.
Yeah.
I bought this because they're going to Super Bowl, so we're gonna have a good time. Well, in your non-sports girl opinion, do you think that the NFL would rig games to get the Chiefs to win so that Taylor Swift be at the Super Bowl?
I do.
Me too.
Yeah. Because,
I don't care. I don't care at all.
No, I don't care either, because I wanted to see my girl at the football game.
It's fun. It's a good story.
Yeah, and they want people to tune in. And, a lot of people watch the Super Bowl anyways, but more people watch it when Taylor Swift is there.
Yeah,
so,
their ratings are so much higher. And, I know that it's true that, I can't even imagine how many more views they're getting, because I know that, even I, went out of my way to watch the championship game because I was more excited about it because Taylor Swift was going to be there. So, I know that we care more about the NFL right now because we're Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I understand, as a football fan, how you might start getting a little spicy.
Yeah, as a football fan, and it would suck, because I saw with this past game that a couple people were saying a couple calls from the refs, they kind of favored them towards the Chiefs when they should have been for the other team or something like that. I know nothing about football, people, okay?
Yeah.
But that's just what I saw people talking about. And so I could see, as the actual opposing team, could be so frustrating to be you're not letting me win because I'm playing Taylor Swift's boyfriend. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about that, and they were saying that yes, it could easily be well, they're just doing it because Taylor Swift's there, whatever. But they were saying that the refs have always favored the Chiefs. Not that it's fair either way, but it's kind of been like that since before Taylor Swift was a thing. Because, and if you look at it, Taylor Swift has only been to one Super Bowl so far, and this will be the Chiefs' third Super Bowl. So it's they went to the Super Bowl without Taylor Swift being involved the year prior.
Did they?
Yeah.
So this is their third year in a row.
Yeah,
going to
third
Super
year in a
Bowl.
row, and if they win, it will be a record for the amount of times that it's been won in a row. So that also, take Taylor Swift out of it, that alone is a good story to make people want to watch to see if they can do that, because no one's ever done it.
So are we predicting that they're also going to favor the Chiefs in the actual Super Bowl because they want them to hit this record?
I don't know. I feel like what they would do is rig it to the end, and then at the Super Bowl, let it be a fair game, because people are going to watch no matter what.
I just think about, Taylor Swift at the Grammys and award shows, when she's going to hit a record, she most of the time wins that and hits that record. And I think a lot of those times it's so that she sets a record. So I just didn't know, if I know football and the Grammys are a different thing, but
I think people, and I've heard people talking about it, and they're tired of seeing the Chiefs win, and it's well, they are really good. I don't know a lot about sports, but everything I hear, their three main players they're all so good, and they're even better all together. So maybe they're just really good.
possibly.
But I was just curious if you thought the NFL would rig things for Taylor Swift, and
I definitely do.
I agree. This was just interesting, and because Dave has left the BFFs podcast, and I guess Brianna Chicken Fry was talking to, I think it was Steiny from the Nelk Boys, I think that's his name, and this is from all that.
Hey, that was pretty cool that they suggested maybe you be a co-host.
Oh yeah, I saw that. What is that show?
BFFs podcast?
BFFs, what is it? I saw that.
With, are you watching it now?
No, that's nothing. I don't know what that is. But yeah, what is some show, right? What are their names? Brianna
and Josh?
Joe?
What's all this?
Huh? This?
Yeah.
This is nothing. This is just just a little inspo wall that I have for people that I. Is that them? Because I do love him.
You're just acting like.
And I love her. She's just. She's a girl's girl.
So and it's 100 degrees. Why are you wearing this jacket?
What are you doing? Don't touch that.
What is that?
Why did you do that? He hurt her. He hurt her. Okay. And Grace and Bree are still friends, okay?
Oh, okay.
They're like this.
What do you think about what? Because, like, looking at BFS now, because they've started, like, jumping back into Hot Topics without Dave. And at first, I liked it whenever they weren't doing the Hot Topics. But now that they're back to doing the Hot Topics, I don't like the show anymore.
Yeah.
I think they need an old guy.
I feel like that dynamic always, like, works.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I think Jason would be the only older guy that would be relevant enough that it could be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason is also, like, because we did the deep dive on David Dobrik, and, like, I feel like other than, like, the weird stuff with Tana, I feel like he's the only one from the vlog squad that's still actively in it that, like, people, when they leave the vlog squad, always say how real he is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they need.
Yeah.
I am behind this concept to get Jason.
Do we think it's, like, just a thing to get people, like, talking? Or
Yeah,
do
I'm
we
sure.
think-
I'm sure it is, but
Or do we think, like, it could be real? Like, it could be
I
a
think it should
possibility?
be real. I don't
Yeah.
know that it is real, but I think that it should be.
Maybe they heard him talking about when he wanted the podcast back so much, they were like, let's get him on ours.
That is the one spot where I feel like Jason could fit in really well, because, like, Views is cool or whatever, but it's really David's podcast and Jason is just there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I
Like,
would
he
like
chimes
to.
in on occasion, and he'll be like, haha, yeah, man, that was funny.
Yeah,
like,
and it would be different to hear Jason's take on Hot Topics, because I've never heard him talk about other YouTubers and stuff in the way
No.
that they would do on BFS. I think it would be interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, I
like
think
it.
I'll be watching to see if it happens.
Also in the news this week, obviously there's a lot of stuff happening in America right now. Too many things, in my opinion. But Selena Gomez speaks out about people being deported in America.
Oh, Lord.
And we are not a political podcast, and we're
No.
not going to get into it. But I do want to talk about Selena Gomez. The TikTok there is the one that I made, like, playing her video if you want to play it.
And we're back with another breaking news update on a Tuesday. Selena Gomez has spoken out from inside the mansion. Let's hear what the billionaire had to say.
So sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything I've.
It seems like she immediately knew that this was not a good idea because the post was taken down immediately, and then she posted the following. At this time, we are unsure of who on her team told her this was a good idea, but the internet is not responding well. We'll see you next week.
But as you can see, Selena was, like, so emotional. And then
Yes.
what was the thing in the second part where she said, like, sorry, I didn't realize you shouldn't have empathy for people or something like that?
Yeah, that's like almost like gaslighting everybody for being mad at her.
Yeah, and it's like not that she's making the situation about her, but she is a literal billionaire.
Sitting in her mansion.
If there's anyone in America that could do something to help anyone in America, it's the billionaires.
Yes.
So her crying, saying, I wish I could do something,
But I can't.
it
like,
feels a little out of touch.
Yes. And yeah, to me, I also think that, if you're that concerned and you're a billionaire, then maybe with your money, you could pay for people to get visas. You could sponsor people who are.
Start a program.
Mhm.
You have the funds.
Yeah, like
There's
there's
so-
a lot you could do.
There's a lot. And
other
I
than
just,
crying in your mansion.
that was just a wild move. I just, like, they need to take her Instagram away.
They do. That she needs to be monitored. Like, some people don't actually have access to their social media.
Yeah.
It's their team.
Yeah.
That needs to be Selena Gomez.
Yeah, I just, like, I don't know what she thinks. Like, I think she has the biggest Instagram account.
Oh.
It's in the top 10 for sure.
I literally saw that Instagram story, the first one where she's crying. I saw it like a minute after she posted it. I screen recorded that thing. I was like, this is getting taken down.
There's no way she was going to leave that up. So she does this amid, like, all the Emilia Perez controversies, which, if you don't know, it's a movie that is coming out. The movie is, according to Mexican viewers, a very misleading depiction of what life is like in Mexico City, and they filmed the movie in France. They didn't hire any Mexican actresses. The casting director said that he auditioned Mexican actresses, and none of them were good enough.
Oh.
So he gave...
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't even know, like, the exact words or the, exact way that was put out there, but he did share that for whatever reason. But despite all the backlash, the movie has 13 Oscar nominations.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the movie, or nor do I feel like it's like my place to share. You know, I would never understand the perspective of a Mexican watching that movie and like feeling poorly represented.
So them hiring actors that are not Mexican for a Mexican movie is the same to me as like when people hire, like they have a role that's supposed to be like a mentally disabled person and they cast someone who is not mentally disabled at all.
I see.
And it always feels a little weird to watch, and it can border the line of like make fun of or something like along those lines.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I get that.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I feel like Hollywood, the media loves Selena Gomez. Like 13 Oscar nominations. I don't know what it is about her. I do not get it. Like, and I feel like she's done some shady things and has like had a shady past that no one even knows about. And it's just so bizarre to me that she's the one that is America's sweetheart. Like everybody treats her like she's like the sweetest girl. And I'm like, she's done a lot of mean things to people.
Yeah, I definitely think she's like mean and can be mean. And I think she like tries to gain sympathy all the time. Like she likes to be a victim, I feel. But yeah, to like end and conclude this section, I just feel that if you're gonna cry in your mansion as a billionaire about how you can't do anything, maybe you should look at what you can do, because I think there are options, Selena.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah. Did you see Jeff and Tana talking on Jeff FM about David?
I did. I don't miss an episode of Jeff FM.
Baby Jeff.
Baby Jeff. And next month is like this weekend starts February, and then we meet him next month, and I'm so excited.
So fun.
So this is like a breakdown of what they said.
You canceled this past year. Cody came back with a workout thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. You just come back. I worked out, guys. My felonies are expunged.
Honestly, it's
so what? I raped that girl. I ran 1,000 miles.
It's so fucking true. Like, I feel like next time I get canceled, I'm just gonna
like the
do
judge,
Pilates on video.
If you do like a serious crime, the judge should just offer you two things: jail time
and an Aloe membership,
or run 1,000 miles.
I'm keeping that one in the tuck though. Like next time I get canceled, I'm so serious. You're just gonna see me at Aloe Gym. Like
I just wish he was a little like. I'm happy that he's working on himself. I just hope that.
Are you? You're genuinely happy that he's working on himself? I'm not. I almost wish his.
I could have never seen him have that type of change in his head. I know he has good genetics. His dad does like Ironman and stuff like that. So I know it's possible for him. You know, you're a young guy in your prime and you have money and no job and you have all the resources in the world to get in shape. It's not that difficult. But he had to change a lifestyle. So maybe he, you know, like just settle this shit with me and you're good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, break me off. We'll do the boxing match. I'll bet it. So we double or nothing. I break the girl that got raped off by Dirty Dom. I break her off with my winnings. And we both go away happy. And we're all good. You can do your vlogs and nobody will fucking talk shit to you. You don't have to block my name in your comments. And we're all happy. And then me and Cody will travel to 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah, so one thing I thought that was interesting about all that is that Jeff has been through all of this with David. And David comes back, doesn't acknowledge Jeff at all, like travels the world with his friends. He gives away like 14 Teslas, doesn't settle or like give Jeff any money or anything for the medical bills. And he's still like fighting it in court. But Jeff still says he could just settle this with me and we'd be good. And I genuinely think that if David just took accountability and apologized publicly, Jeff could move on from this. Like,
so do I. I think that and I think I said this in our deep dive, which you guys haven't seen yet, but that if David took accountability, that Jeff would quit talking about David. I don't think they'd ever like be friends again.
No.
But I think that he would drop it and like quit milking it, as people say.
Like, I just like, it makes me so sad that like, I just know Jeff doesn't have any peace over the situation, and it's just so like upsetting because it's, you can hear him like talk about it. He talks about it more with Tana than like he did with like whenever Mike Malek was on there and stuff like that. But it's like it just seems like such an easy fix. And like I think David should like man up and be like, Jeff, like let's talk and we can do it on your podcast. Yeah. Like give it to Jeff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
I think that would solve it. And I think that if David would just own up to everything, and like there could even be a scenario where like they had a mediator mediator between the two of them. Like
that, like if David did that and they were on Jeff's podcast on Jeff FM, that would probably pay Jeff's medical bills tenfold.
I know
10
that
times over.
And like I think they should have a mediator, like someone between them, just in case like it gets like the conversation gets heated and like one of them starts being like angry or whatever. Like I think that like having someone neutral and professional like in the center of them, that would be the perfect way to do it.
Call us.
I'm putting the idea out there. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know if Jeff would want him on his podcast, but like I would. Like
it'd be the way to talk it out, like, and then it'd also be the way for David, essentially, because with David doing this would essentially be him knowing that this is going to drive a lot of views onto Jeff's podcast.
And
on that
bring
one.
your SeatGeek sponsorship over there. Get everybody at Jeff FM a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
go all out for this.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
it could be huge.
And I did think off that topic, kind of, I thought Jeff saying, quit blocking my name in your comments, like of his videos. I thought that was interesting because when you look at his comments, at David's comments,
there's nothing
it
about
really
him.
is all like positive and stuff. And I didn't even think of like Jeff's name being blocked, but then it makes sense once he said that. So I just wanted to bring that up.
So in other news, Billy Ray Cyrus at the inauguration. I'm in disbelief that someone let him go on stage.
It was so sad.
Yeah, let's play the performance where it starts to get bad. He comes on stage and it's like he's immediately having sound issues. They play like the music video of Old Town Road behind him and his guitars and mics like aren't on. And I'm wondering if it was intentional because he was not doing good. And we can't play a lot of the sound in the video, but around 5:23 is about where his mic goes.
I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna take
trying to
my
bob along
horse to the
like
Old
make
Town
it
Road.
better,
I'm
but-
gonna. I can't no more.
Yeah.
That was a performance.
It was a choice.
Yeah.
I think that he has substance abuse
Yeah,
problems,
and
for sure.
I don't even want to like make fun of him because I feel like that's really sad. But whomever let him go on stage needs to be evaluated as well.
They should have just seen his state and been like, hey, he's sick. He has the flu. He
Even
can't
when
come."
he's talking, you can tell he's unwell. Like he sounds like he's been up for 4 days. Like
on a binger, probably.
Yeah, it's quite sad. So there has been some response from the family. Trace Cyrus, who rarely speaks out about any of like the personal stuff, he wrote a public letter on Instagram. It reads, "Since my earliest memories, all I can remember is being obsessed with you and thinking you were the coolest person ever. I wanted to be just like you. The day you adopted me was the happiest day of my life. Sadly, the man I wanted to so desperately be just like, I barely recognize now. It seems this world has beaten you down and it become obvious to everyone but you. You may be upset with me for posting this, but I really could care less at this point. Me and the girls have been genuinely worried about you for years, but you pushed us all away. Noah desperately has wanted you to be a part of her life, and you haven't been there for her. That's your baby girl. She deserves better. Somehow, just like me, she still idolizes you, though. We are all hanging on to memories of the man we once knew and hoping for the day he returns. You're not healthy, Dad, and everyone is noticing it. Just like I showed up for you at Mama's funeral when you didn't expect me to, I'm still here right now. As I write this with tears in my eyes, I hope you realize this message only comes from a place of love and also fear that the world may lose you far too soon. I love you, Dad. We haven't talked in a while, but I'm over a year and a half clean from alcohol. Guess what? I feel amazing. I don't know what you're struggling with exactly, but I think I have a pretty good idea, and I'd love to help you if you would open up and receive the help. You know how to reach me. Till that day comes, I will continue to pray for you, Billy Ray Cyrus."
That's so like sad.
I know.
And obviously, like, they don't have a relationship where maybe they're blocked each other or something. For him to like publicly have to post this,
Yeah,
and
that's
not be able to,
that's
like,
a
send
lot
it.
to say publicly, but it sucks because he's also like going through it publicly, and apparently this isn't, we don't have evidence of anything, but Billy Ray privately threatened legal action against Trace for speaking out, but I mean, he didn't say anything incriminating against him, so
it's just so
it's not
sad.
gonna
It
go
seems
very
like
far.
a genuine, just like son that wants his dad back.
Yeah, and
you
it's
know?
like saying it publicly is to bring awareness for him to like see, like, look, I'm like willing to say this out loud, like so that people know, because the whole world is literally making fun of you for you like being so far gone. So this was Trace responding to his dad privately threatening legal action. Dad, my message was beyond loving. I could have been extremely honest about a lot more, but I don't want to put your business out there like that. But for you to threaten me with legal action for wanting you to get help is a disgrace. Pappy is looking down at you with such disappointment. I can assure you, you should be ashamed of yourself. I will always love you, but I no longer respect you as a man. Everyone close to you is terrified to tell you how they really feel. I'm not. Get help.
Yeah. I mean,
So that's how
agreed.
we knew about the legal action like being pursued privately. So Miley and her dad don't seem to be on good terms. People assumed this after.
She didn't attend the wedding, right? Of him and.
Yeah, that's a whole section in here.
Okay.
Him and Fire Rose. People first talked about it whenever she didn't mention him in her Grammy speech. And she even mentioned in the Grammy speech last year that she didn't think she forgot anyone after not mentioning her dad, who was always like a big figure in her career.
I want to thank everyone that's standing on this stage right now. Tom, Tyler, Michael, and Greg. Our teams, my team, Crush, Columbia, my mommy, my sister, my love, my main gaze, because look how good I look. Thank you all so much. I don't think I forgot anyone, but I might have forgotten underwear. Bye.
Yeah.
And Miley has refused to make a statement with what's going on currently. Brazen Cyrus made a comment that he doesn't have any negative feelings towards anyone in his family. It seems like Brazen and Noah are like the only ones that kind of sided with their dad during the divorce. But we do have a statement from Billy Ray Cyrus's now ex-wife Fire Rose. A little bit about them.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
They first met on the set of Hannah Montana in 2007 when she was 9. Yeah. She was 24 years old when they got married, and Billy Ray Cyrus was 62. No frontal lobe. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. So Billy Ray was born in 1961. She was born in 1999. That's a 38-year difference. And Fire Rose was auditioning for Hannah Montana in 2007. She didn't get the role, but she met Billy Ray on set, and he said that he knew she was going to be a star and invited her onto set to watch recordings and etc. They seemed to build a friendship from there.
You don't build a friendship with a 9-year-old,
No.
sir. That's
And
not what you do.
I will say he was with Tish at that time. Do I think he saw her?
But him and Tish were always like
Off
kind of
and
on
on.
the outs. They were like they would separate and then get back together and separate and whatever. So
There's also just something particularly icky about a man looking at a young girl and saying that I know you're going to be a star, and then like falling in love with her in a few years.
yeah, like even if like I don't care, even if he never did anything weird or grooming like when she was underage and was a child, it's still weird to know said child as a child and then marry
Look
her.
at them that way.
Yeah.
And I just like I feel like everybody's experienced like someone like treating you like you are exceptional, like they've known you're exceptional from like a really young age or something. Okay, wait, this is gonna get dark. Like, not since I was young, but I've had like even like my early 20s, like men try to make you feel like you're so beyond what you are in reality, and like make you feel like they look at you so special.
It's a manipulation tactic.
It's and it's grooming, and it's just gross. So Fire Rose is his wife's name. But she accused Billy Ray, like this was the reasons for their divorce. Fire Rose accused Billy Ray of isolating her from her family and friends, but Billy Ray accused her for marrying him for clout and fraudulent credit card charges that claimed happened. They divorced in August of 2024, and Fire Rose received nothing in the divorce.
Wonder if they signed a prenup, like if he
probably I would imagine. But I did learn that they were making music and stuff together, so that could have been what he meant by like using him for clout or whatever.
Okay.
So this is her statement on Billy Ray's current state. What's being seen in public now reflects much of what I experienced in private during our relationship. It's very sad to see those same struggles continue for him, but I'm glad the truth is coming to light for potential good, because healing is only possible when you confront the truth and accept there is a problem. So, I mean, that's like a well put together statement for a guy that you dated that was 38 years older than you, or married even.
Yeah.
And a lot of people claim that they thought Miley had an issue with her marrying her dad, because
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
Yeah, but it also, if Fire Rose is saying that the drugs were an issue while they were married, it could have just been that. And he could have just gotten married in the time that Miley was already like kind of done with him.
True.
And
it
Miley,
probably escalated and was both, to be honest. It was probably the drugs or whatever he has a problem with, and then him being with a woman who was younger than her was probably not.
Right. And you also have to wonder, like, did his drug use affect his mental stability to think it was okay to date her. Like, no, and not that excuses it, but like, if he was in his right mind, would he have married her? It's weird.
It is weird.
So during Tish and Billy Ray Cyrus's divorce, Miley seemed to lean more into her mom after it all happened. But speaking of their mom, I wanted to talk about the Tish and Noah Cyrus drama.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I don't know, like, I have mixed feelings about it.
So, to clarify, we're talking about the drama of Noah being with...
Dominic Purcell.
Okay, Noah was with him. They didn't date.
Right.
But they hooked up, messed around, had a little friends with benefits type thing, seems like.
And now Tish is married.
Yes.
So, I kind of broke it down a little bit on here. So, Tish and Billy Ray divorced in 2022, and Tish ended up marrying Dominic Purcell, whom Noah was rumored to have dated or, hooked up with. And after Tish and Dominic got married, Noah and Tish were no longer on speaking terms. And this is important, I thought. Dominic is 54 years old, and Noah is currently 25. Tish is 57. So, the magazine, People said Noah was offended that her mother married Dominic. But on Call Her Daddy, Tish shared that Dominic DM'd her first years ago, and that she had always had Dominic Purcell as her hall pass guy while she was married to Billy Ray. So after he DM'd her, I guess she didn't respond and he blocked her. And years later, she realized she was unblocked after her divorce from Billy Ray, and she reached out to him. But she said that he said he had always had a crush on her, and they went out and hit it off immediately. And on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Brandy Cyrus says that her mom had blossomed and just completely changed as a person for the better since she's married Dominic Purcell.
Just saying though, this has to suck for Noah at this point, considering she's got this beef with her mom because of her stepdaddy.
He's a stepdaddy.
And
oh no.
And she also has issues with her dad now, who, is on the drugs and all that kind of thing. So it's got to really suck for her.
Yeah. So People magazine said that Tish knew Noah had been hooking up with him when they started seeing each other, but they were no longer involved. And sources say that Tish never gave Noah the chance to speak to her before the marriage happened. And Noah is now called her dad. And only Trace, Brandy, and Miley were present out of the 5 kids at the wedding. And the day of the wedding, Noah posted a photo wearing a Billy Ray shirt.
Okay. So she was siding with her dad.
Yes.
So she didn't want her mom to marry stepdaddy.
No. No. But I have mixed feelings about it because Dominic is 20-something years older than Noah.
He's very close in age to her mom.
Yes. And if Dominic reached out to Tish first and Tish got blocked because she didn't respond and he went and hooked up with her daughter, her youngest daughter, that's weird.
That is weird.
And then he still DM'd Tish after hooking up with her daughter to get with her mom.
Yeah, so I think that he's weird.
He's the red flag in this scenario.
He is weird, but the way that we think it's weird, why would she not think it's weird, especially when it's her own daughter,
I know.
I think that the whole thing would make sense, if he didn't get with Noah, because those two together make sense. They're close in age, she's attracted to him, he's attracted to her, they were on each other's radar, whatever. But literally the moment that he hooks up with your daughter, that's when you're like, this is weird, why would you even do that, kind of a thing,
Yeah, and I have my mixed feeling about it is they are adults, and if it was really not that serious with Noah and they were just sleeping together, and then Tish and Dominic fell in love with each other, and Tish turned into a better version of herself genuinely, could you not get over it?
I think that I would have a relationship with my mom. I don't know. I don't know that I'd sit at family dinners with him.
That's exactly what I mean. I'm trying to think. Even if I hated the person my mom was married to, nothing would stop me from having a relationship with my mom.
Yeah, no.
And I don't think Noah should be taking it out on her mom that Dominic hooked up with her and then married her mother.
That sentence is crazy.
I know. I feel mixed about it, though, because I'm that's your only mom.
Yeah.
And I like Tish. I'm a fan of her.
Yeah, no, I think that, I think Noah could have a relationship with Tish. But if I was her, I could see totally not, wanting to be around.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that there's obviously something that would be uncomfortable about that. And maybe Noah is, unless it was a scenario where Noah got away from the scenario and felt like Dominic was taking advantage of her because she was so much younger than him. That's the one scenario where I could be how could you be with him? If that's the case, but we don't know that that's the case and no one's ever made it seem like that's the case.
Yeah.
But there could be that part of the story too. But I just thought it was interesting because if it was so casual, does it really matter? Because they're really really in love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
It's
like,
just a weird scenario that I know that I'll never be in because my mom would never.
I try to imagine my mom. Like, I'm trying to think of someone.
It's just like your mom would never.
I
you
know,
Like,
but like, okay, I'm trying to think. Like, there was an older guy that I talked to, and I'm like trying to think. Okay, if my mom like ended up marrying him, would I be mad at her? Would I? No, honestly, no. Like, I just wouldn't. I would not. I could. There's nothing you could do to that. My mom couldn't do anything that would make me not want to talk to her.
Yeah,
and that's
no, I get that. I feel the same. I feel the same way. My issue is more that if I was Tish, I don't think I could do it.
If it was the guy you've had a crush on your whole life. Prison Break was on for a long time, and she said she would watch Prison Break like years ago, and that was way before Noah was even 16.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. Y'all comment and tell us how you feel, because
yeah,
it's a weird scenario for sure.
It is. I think that Noah should have a relationship with her mom, but I respect that she doesn't want to be with her mom and Dominic at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's kind of where I am with it, I think. That's my consensus.
I get that. But you should talk to your mom, Noah. Well, I think that's all that we have for this week.
Yeah. Our little dry week turned into a good one, I think.
I know. I enjoyed diving into the Cyrus family drama because I just love Miley Cyrus more than anything. So
I enjoyed too talking about Justin Baldoni's voice memo and like actually listening to it and
so
reacting.
Cringy. Yeah.
Cringy. And I'm over it, but also I'm kind of here for it, like, to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see who wants cameras in the courtroom or not, to see like who kind of doesn't want everything out there.
I think they're both going to want camera in the courtroom.
Yeah, but I can see that.
The next time we record, we're going to know who won Album of the Year at the Grammys. That's exciting. I am so excited about the Grammys this year.
Me too. Like, I'm excited about them, and I'm excited for our live stream.
Yeah. Oh shit. This will already be up. I'll do a post about it because I made that document for people to download if they wanted to play the Grammy game. But it's fine. I think that's it for this week.
Yeah. Make sure that if you watched this and you're here, please subscribe.
And rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yes. And like I said, subscribe, because it showed in our analytics that like 83% of people are not subscribed who watch us.
And you should subscribe.
So please do. That'd be great. Thanks.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next Monday with a new Effie.
Yeah, a new Effie. Yes, TTYL.
Bye.